We visit the website, add listing. We're going to choose a listing type. Of course, we're going to choose businesses. Immediately we choose a plan, any one of the three. Then on our next page we'll see that there are 5 categories which we have to fill in. Business overview is basically just a summary of the business that will give people an idea as to what your business is all about. All those listings or all those areas where there is a red star, compulsory. All those areas where there are no red star, optional. Our first red star, business name, we'll call ours Pingles, not Pringles, Pingles. And our slogan or our tag, we'll say that one is lists. So nice. Yeah, I have to. Nice. Business description, you can get very detailed here. For today, I'm only going to use a one-liner possibly. Welcome to Pingles. We are situated in Johannesburg and we courier nationwide. Of course, you would go more in detail. For me, I wouldn't necessarily do that right now. I want to make this as seamless and as easy as possible. Phone numbers, email, website if you have one, location. And this is built-in locations. You have to choose one of 9. Okay? Or 2 of 9, but it has to be of the 9 provinces. For now, I'm choosing, let's say, Western Cape, Cullinan Street, we have Cullinan Street in South Africa. There we go. Compulsory, you have to choose of the 9 provinces. Address, you can get specific here or you don't have to get specific. You can say, for example, Johannesburg, Sandton, Marlborough Gardens. So it's going to be the city, residential area, and then the suburb in which we are living in. You can add a number and a street there as well. For example, 14 up and down street, but you don't have to do that. Okay. Next on there we have the map, which is the Silk Road today map. Of course, once you add yourself to the map, you will be part of the rest of us. We have our businesses on the map. You can add the locations over there. You can get a very specific latitude and longitude. Of course, you don't have to do that if you have this in place, but if you want to get really specific, you can add in there the exact latitude and longitude and you just say generate on map. If you don't want to be on the map, you can say hide yourself on the map, but I would not recommend hiding yourself. I would surely recommend leaving yourself on the map. So I would not hide, I would leave that box empty. Snapshots, which is basically a more in detail version of the overview. Here we're going to say, for example, what are the products and the services which you provide as a business. Back to chips. And finally I'll say machines. Chips. Oh, okay. Then we can choose a range of business types. For now I'll say we are a B2B business and we're also a wholesale distributor. Fantastic. Now I'm talking about my availability. When can I answer phone calls, when are we operating, when are we selling, so on and so on. So for me, I'll only say Monday. That's the only day my business is open. I'll say we open at 6:30 and I'll say we close at we close at 5. Monday only. Time zone Johannesburg. Of course, when it comes to this area, you know for a fact how many days you are open, when is the best times to operate. So each one has their own. Do I accept card payments? Yes, I do. Now we're going to social networks. Here I'll be adding all the social networks that I'm a part of, all the social networks people can find me at. So there's a long list of social networks. For now I'll just say Instagram, that's where we have our posts, and I'll also say YouTube, that's where we can be found. HTTPS, and then add your link, HTTPS, add your link. Okay, for now I'm going to remove that. Visual content, this is going to be, for example, my business logo, the gallery in which I will be putting my clients, myself, just how we operate, so on and so on. Whatever I would post on Instagram, for example, that's what I'll put in here. So I'll go to Pingles, upload, I'll put my logo first, couple other photos, upload PDF. Here's examples. We can put a menu, a brochure, or a catalog over there. I would have possibly put the brochure, but for now I'll leave it as is. And then this is, of course, it can be like a commercial, it can be me introducing myself to clients, to customers, so on and so on. And then I'll say save and preview. Fantastic. So there's my listing. You can preview, of course, this is a preview. Pingles claimed, meaning that it is verified by its owner, meaning someone owns this listing. It's not some random individual who posted this. What I can do now with this listing is I can share the listing with my customers and my clients already. I can also report this listing, for example, if it is something that I don't like, I found it online. I can also save this listing if I find it. There's my description, there's my tagline. You can see that it's closed now. This is going to be our reviews. This is going to be saying that it's a featured listing. This means that it's going to be on the front page. This is telling us where the listing is from, where the business rather is situated. Here we go. This is the business description. This is the business tagline, slogan. Here we can see all our features, the business type. Here we can see all the information which we filled in. Our full photos, our address, our location on the map normally, or what we should see here is that there would be other blue dots over here. Someone can get directions if they click on this blue highlighted section. And then reviews would basically be what people are saying about your business. And you can click on the blue dots and you can read the reviews. Click on the blue dots and you read the reviews. Click on the blue dots, read the reviews. And yes, that is our business listing.